Hello students, I am going to give you a quick demonstration about Mental Measurement Yearbook. This is used a lot in psychology education and education classes, mainly with people who are wanting to review professional instruments, measurements out in the real world and the professional world, working world, before they use them. So I'm going to go from the library's homepage and I'm going to start this from the the subject guide for psychology. Normally you scroll down and you go straight to one search in databases to get the databases, but for this time I'm going to go into the subject guides and I'm going to get into the subject guide for tests and measures. So I've clicked on subject guides. This is Diane Casepier, by the way. I'm one of the librarians at HBU Moody Library. Now you will see a list of different subject areas that are covered by subject guides. And I'll be scrolling down to go look in the P's for psychology. So going down, we see psychology right here. We'll click on psychology. And you scroll down, you can see there's a bunch of, or several different LibGuides for the different classes or subject matter that have used my services in the last couple of years, and also just a general psychology LibGuide. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the psychology LibGuide for 6302 and right here. I want to also point out to you that you can go straight through psychological tests and measures right in here, straight to that LibGuide. I'll go ahead and go into this one, and then I'll come back to this one later, hopefully before we're finished. So let me go to click on psychological tests and measures. This is a compilation of different information that we've collected over the years about finding instruments, tests, scales, surveys, whatever you want to call them, over the years. So in this, there's so many different things in this subject guide, but just starting out, I'm going to take you straight to the tab called Databases with Test Information. So we're clicking on that one. And we're going into a database called Mental Measurement Yearbook. Sometimes when I'm going to be emailing you or talking to you, I might call this the MMYB. That's the acronym for Mental Measurement Yearbook. These were first published in 1938 with Volume 1, and we actually have Volume 1 through Volume 16, which is 2005, across from the reference desk and the library. But from what I can see, these are all online now. In the past, they weren't all online, but now I'm seeing that Volume 1 is online. So these are all in the Mental Measurement Yearbook at your fingertips. You don't have to walk over to the library. You can use the databases through the Moody Library homepage. So I'm scrolling down and going to the databases on the right side where it says databases with websites with test information. One thing I want to point out to you is that we'll be using PsycInfo a little bit, and also PsycArticles. Let's see, where did that one go? It's not there. It's probably over here. Here's PsycArticles on this side over here. And also here's Mental Measurement Yearbook right here. Another database good to know is this one called PsycTest, which are usually mostly full text tests in them. There are some that are not full text, and those are readily available for students to use. There is also a link to San Diego State University Test Finder, which will give you citation information where you might find full text of a test, and you might find those in books or journal articles. So if you click on the More under Mental Measurement Yearbook with Test and Print right here, it does tell you a little bit more information that you can read about this database. Be aware that these are commercially available. That means they're going to cost you money. So you might find one test in there that you're interested in using. Be aware you may have to pay as much as $250 or more just for the manual on how to score it and the questions that are asked, and then also maybe possibly 25 different individual sheets to hand out. So be aware that there is a cost involved with the tests that are in Mental Measurement Yearbook. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the Mental Measurement Yearbook link. And this is something that you're paying for as a student at HBU. You won't be able to get into it just by going to Mental Measurement Yearbook online through the web. Okay, so in front of you, you see the Advanced Search and Mental Measurement Yearbook. Remember, this is not going to give you articles. This is actually going to give you reviews on the different instruments that are listed in here. There's another thing you need to remember is that the records are just as important as the reviews, so make sure that you look at the records for each test that you're pulling up. So let's go ahead and go in here. I want to also point out to you that there's a help button over on the left, the right side. If you click on that, it actually opens a new window, and then you scroll down, waiting for it to open. And on the very bottom, it has a link to database help for Mental Measurement Yearbook with test right there. Let me close that. Okay. So you can see that you can search by test category or the volume of the book. You don't need to worry about that. The publication date if you want to. Reviews available. So you've got this drop down menu by each one of these text search boxes that you've got. And you can also add as many of these as you want, just like any other EBSCO database. For this database, you really don't need to use more than a couple. So you also have the different fields that are available, and when you type a word or a phrase in here, if you leave it at select a field, it's going to search for all these fields that you see displayed in front of us now, but it will not search the text, all text fields. So that would mean of the two reviews, it's not going to search the wording in the reviews, okay? So if it were me, I would leave it at select a field, unless you just had a particular area that you wanted to narrow down to a particular field. So speaking about the fields, you've got the TI for test name, you've got the author or creator of the instrument, you've got a test category, a session number that would be related to the database itself. Your acronym would be the taking the main letters from the name of the test and then make an acronym for that you can search by. The population, I believe that would be the population that would be scored or evaluated. Publisher information, the purpose of the test, the restricted distribution. I am not sure what that is. I'm supposing that the reviews would tell you. The reviewers, remember there's usually one or two reviewers for each test that's listed in here. Make sure you scroll down to read the second one. The scores, what does it score? Does the test score someone's anxiety, aggression? What does it score? And then you've got special editions. I'm not real sure what that is. The NT status, I'm guessing that might be active or no longer used or something like that. The volume of the yearbook, you don't really need that in the year of publication. So let's go ahead and run a quick search here, and I've got a name of a test that I'm actually going to look for. And remember again that these are tests in here that cost money, and what you're going to be retrieving are reviews, not articles, okay? So let's go ahead and run a test. Let's see, let's look up a test called, or a survey instrument. There's all kinds of different names for these items, scales, surveys, questionnaires. This one I'm looking for is called Wellness Evaluation. And sometimes you'll see of lifestyle, or you'll see just lifestyle. So I'm just going to take the of lifestyle and I'm going to search that. Remember, it's searching all the different fields. Now I can go ahead and say I want only the test name, so let's see what happens. The search is being run now, it's being generated. And we have two hits. We have the Wellness Evaluation of Lifestyle Form S. The one I'm interested in right now is the 2004 update. And you see there's two things you could click on. There's the title of it right here that's hyperlinked, that's going to link you to the record. Here you see the acronym for the test, and then over here is the HTML full text of the reviews. If you go down and you go ahead and click on the record, the reviews will be listed underneath, so it's up to you how you want to do that. I will go ahead and click into the record and show you the different parts. You should see, and wait for it to load, the purpose, the population, the publication dates, the acronym, what it scores, and the price. Remember that if this review was made in 2004 and the price is on there, that you need to update that price by going to the publisher's website and seeing if it lists the updated price. The authors, that would be the creators of the actual instrument, the publisher, and that would be at the time of the review. I'm sure that probably different publishers as years pass may take up the test. There's different cross references, and then of course this is the record from the record for the actual instrument. This is not the full text or the reviews that are in here. So scrolling down, you can see the different fields that I've mentioned. All these fields can be searched. Okay. You can see the time that it takes to take the test, the cost. Oh, look, they've updated it. It's 2015. It's really not, we're 2017, almost 2018. But at least you've got a 2015 date, the main price. And let's see, you've got, where is this? Published test description right in here. Let's see what else I want to look for. Here's a website that you can actually go and see if there's anything there about the test. So you can look through these, and you can also search by these different fields. But if I scroll down, I'm also going to see the different reviews. Now, it's all HTML. It's not PDF version, so it's a little hard to read. But you can take that and put it in a Word document, and then you can highlight the different areas. For example, you can make it different colors. For example, you could say anything positive, I'm going to make yellow. Anything negative, I'm going to make blue. Anything that's just plain instrument, I'm going to highlight and make green. And that'll help make it easier for you to follow when you're making your report on the different instruments. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click on if I click on the reviews, I'm going to get the same thing that right here on this HTML as I do down here. I do want to show that you can download this to an MP3 player or listen to it. You can change different accents and have it read it to you. Let me just see if I can have a little bit of blur with that. I'm running out of time. See if I can start that. Continue. I have my recorder on, so I'm not sure it's actually going to read it. Okay, I'm not hearing it right now. Okay, so try that on your own and see if you can get that to work. But what I would suggest you doing is just look through this whole report for anything that has to do with risk or benefits or the age group of people that need to be that you can use this on. Look for different opinions. You see right here it says the situation becomes even more confused. So look through this and see if you see any evaluations that would help you know whether this would be a good test to use, whether it would be hard for the actual test taker or harder for the person who's going to be scoring it. You see it says here suggests extreme caution and the use of the measure. So read this over very careful with a fine-tooth comb, and you should get a lot of information about your test. I'm going to make another short video on how to use PsycArticles and PsycInfo to get more information, and also how to use Google Scholar to get more information. Okay, thank you.